Before I was diagnosed, I thought similarly to what I think other people think about ADHD, that it's just your brain going wild, that you're sporadic and there's like a lack of really deep, meaningful thought. And obviously, as I've grown up, I've come to realize that's not always the case.
ADHD, also known as Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, is a disorder that's characterized by a pattern of inattention or hyperactivity/impulsivity that interferes with the function and development of a person. So common signs of inattention is someone who might have difficulty maintaining attention in tasks and activities, following through with homework or chores, or even completing workplace tasks, or making careless mistakes often. Impulsivity can be seen as squirming in your seat, or for children, oftentimes difficulty staying seated during class.
I've had ADHD for as long as I can remember, my whole life, but I was only officially diagnosed with it around the age of 20, so very recently.
So my symptoms initially in elementary school were losing and forgetting things constantly. Daydreaming excessively in class and outside class, having trouble starting lengthy assignments.
My symptoms were hyperactivity, lacking focus. Along with that hyperfocus, I had difficulty dealing with reality and thinking about my future.
There's the common misconception that individuals with ADHD can't focus on anything and that they have difficulty getting even the simplest tasks done throughout the day. In actuality, with developmental strategies on play, and then also with any type of medication assistance, people can focus quite well and go about their day functioning and getting things completed.
You don't always feel so zoomy and all over the place on ADHD. That's not how it is. When I'm not feeling like that, I kind of question, is this really a condition that I have, or am I just a little bit hyper sometimes? Like, is it a little more basic than what it might be? I definitely have felt that imposter syndrome. That's probably one of the main symptoms I feel these days, to be honest.
With ADHD, there's oftentimes a misconception that it only impacts boys and young men, when in actuality it impacts women as well. That means that girls can sometimes go underdiagnosed or misdiagnosed altogether.
It's often ignored how difficult life can be with ADHD when you're expected to be able to maintain routines and get stuff done on time, for example. I can't count the amount of times that I've been called lazy by my family.
I wish people knew how badly most people with ADHD just wish they had normal neurotypical brains. I wish people knew how badly people with ADHD wish they could just have normal conversations consistently. I'd say I've improved in my own mental health over the last few years. I do my best to work out or do something physically. That's a big one for me personally. I think it helps a lot to use that energy productively, and then you won't maybe feel so all over the place. I also try to maybe write down or explain how I'm feeling or why I'm feeling a certain way, whether that's, sad or in a slump or confused, whatever that may be. I think that's really healthy as well.
I rely on a meticulously planned day, without which it's too easy for me to get lost in executive dysfunction. It's basically my holy grail. I plan everything down to details.
Individuals that have ADHD symptoms can be completely functioning, invested in the communities around them in the ways that matter, but they also bring their own unique way of approaching problems in the world.